It didn't land as a joke the first time. "You're just not wedding material." My sister said it lightly, like she was pointing out something obvious. Everyone around her smiled in that careful way people do when they don't want to get involved, but don't want to disagree either. I laughed with them. Or something close to it. At the time, it felt easier to absorb it than question it. There were reasons, always reasons, guest limits, budget constraints. You know how things get. I heard all of them more than once, across more than one wedding. I wasn't invited. Then I was briefly and then not again. Adjustments. Oversights. It was always presented as logistical. But that sentence stayed not wedding material. It changed how everything else sounded after that. When I got engaged, I didn't tell them right away, not out of secrecy. Just no urgency. It felt like something that belonged to me first, before it became something to explain. We booked the venue quietly. A place I had looked at once before, years ago, and dismissed because it didn't seem realistic. Now it was. The process was different than I expected, less emotional, more deliberate. Lists, timelines, decisions that didn't require negotiation with people who might not show up anyway. When it came time to send invitations, I sat with the list longer than I thought I would. Not because I was unsure, because I was aware of what it meant to leave certain names off, of how it would be interpreted, of the conversations it would trigger. I didn't frame it as payback. That would have been easier, maybe. It was just consistent. I invited the people who had been present, not perfectly, not constantly, but clearly, and I left the others off the list. No announcement, no explanation. The invitations went out. For a while, nothing happened, which almost made me wonder if it had gone unnoticed. Then the messages started. At first, indirect. Your aunt heard something. Did you forget to send ours? Then more direct. Are we seriously not invited? And then, sharper, after everything we've done for you? I read them all. Didn't respond immediately. There was something familiar in the tone, not concern, not curiosity. Entitlement, like the absence itself, was the problem, not what led to it. The day of the wedding, I kept my phone off, not as a statement, just to keep the day contained. The venue handled everything with a kind of quiet efficiency I hadn't realized I needed. People moved where they were supposed to. Things happened when they were scheduled. No one asked where certain family members were, because to everyone there, nothing was missing. Halfway through the reception, one of the coordinators approached me. "Just to let you know," she said, calm and professional. A few individuals came by asking about the event. They weren't on the list. I nodded. "We let them know this is a private function." There it was. Clear. Handled. No scene. No escalation. Just a boundary, enforced without me needing to step in. "Thank you," I said. She smiled slightly and moved on. I didn't go outside. Didn't check who it was. I already knew. Later, during the quieter part of the evening, I turned my phone back on. Masks stacked on top of each other. Some angry, some incredulous. A few attempting humor that didn't quite land. One from my mom. "I don't understand why you would do this." I stared at it for a while. Not because I didn't have an answer. Because I had too many. I could have explained it. Traced it back through years of small exclusions, careful dismissals, that one sentence that kept echoing. But none of that would have been new information. It would have just been said out loud. Instead, I typed something simpler. I planned the day with the people who showed up for me. I didn't add anything else. I didn't need to. The rest of the night moved forward without interruption. Conversations, music, the kind of moments people try to hold on to without making them too heavy. At some point, I realized I wasn't waiting, not for a message, not for approval, not for someone to notice what had changed. It already had. After everything, there wasn't a sense of victory, just a steadiness I hadn't felt before. Like something had been decided, quietly and completely, without needing to be argued into place. Some relationships didn't end that night. But they didn't continue in the same way either, and for the first time, that felt like something I had chosen, not something I had adjusted to.